At this point in my life, I had been kind of trying to figure out like what am I doing in 2012. So I was like early 20s at that time. And I reached out to my father because at that point in time my father was living down in Bolivia, and he was having a lot of success with his murals down there. So I was looking for some training. So I went down there, moved down to Bolivia, and my father helped me kind of get a jump start and educated me a little bit on the painting direction that I was looking for as far as gaining the skill, because I was able to paint, but I wanted a better technique. So then after working with my father for, I would say maybe 3-4 years, somewhere in that time frame, I'd stumbled across a school online called the Ani Art Academy. And that's where I went, and my teacher out there, Anthony Waichulis, he is a trompe-l'oeil painter. So the schoolwork that you see the students create, it's all very photorealistic. It's incredible detail. Like if you look at it, a lot of people mistake it for a photograph. And
that's good. Just like that picture, that's beautiful. So I can imagine that it's mistaken for a photograph. It's beautiful.
And you see the work out there, like all the students. The thing that's really incredible with this school is anybody who graduates from it, like they'll be able to paint at that level. So I had spent a good chunk of time out there, and I had refined my technique. And where I'm at currently, I am very explorative with my work. I still prefer realism. Like realism is the preferred subject of choice. So
realism. What's the difference between realism and just a regular old painting?
I would say realism is where you can look at something and it's like you definitely can tell what it is, and it's a visual representation that looks strikingly similar to the real subject. Whereas like you go into like something like abstract or realism is, it's a pretty broad definition. Like as long as you communicate effectively the image that you're painting or drawing, as long as it looks like the subject, you could argue that that's realism. But realism, the way that I'm using it, is like where you look at it and it's starting to go across that border between photograph and painting.
Photograph. That is nice. Did you hear that, audience? See, I got the realist right here. He's a realist, and he can draw the realist subjects, paintings, objects, whatever you want him to paint. He's real. Now the question of the day is, how does food and art have similarities? Does food inspire you, or how does food play a part in your creativity?
How does food play a part in my creativity?
Yes.
Well, honestly, I would one thing I will say is I do enjoy painting some food. So like you'll see still lifes and there'll be subjects of food. Like for example, I brought one of the paintings here, and I'm going to go ahead and try to...
Got it? Okay, got it.
Yeah, for those of you who are on the live stream and can see the video, I'm holding up a image of a painting that I had done, and there's images of corn, there's pumpkins, there's squashes, and I think for those of you listening, you should hopefully be able to kind of visualize it. This piece isn't available necessarily on my Instagram yet, but I am going to probably be posting it here relatively soon. But what I'm trying to say there is that food as a subject